The office is actually sick. I like it more than our old one. I kind of like, I don't know if the cement walls or whatever, if like the warehouse vibe is the correct way to describe it, but it fits like a gaming office, right? It's really open, a lot of PCs, and it looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like I don't even know what the correct term is from the front, almost like a little bit like a castle. Dominic makes sure that everyone is going to want to come to work at their station, right? Because it's just, I guess if you have a super sick setup at home, maybe it can compete, but not mine. I got like an old wood desk, single monitor at home. Here, it's like I got a full-blown battle station, right? Like I'm a commander up there. Dominic hooked me up. He's got me with the triple monitors. I got like one here, the third one up top. Getting used to the third one, thought I would like it, but it's a little different than what I'm used to.
I used to live up by San Francisco, about 30 minutes inward around the Bay Area. It took me about 6.5 hours to get here with a large truck and a very itty bitty car. When I first got to CHQ, finally finished, it's amazing. I absolutely love it here, and I'm so excited to work with everybody and see what we can do and continue.
Away, Nature is essentially on his lonesome again, but there you go, lockdown. It's about to go online too if he really wants to hold it back.
Nature.
But he seriously needs some help. No, he doesn't need help at all. He's on solo. 3K from Nature.
My name is Nicholas Garrison, further known as Nature. I play Sentinel IGL for the team right now, and it's what I played before as well.
We trialed, I think, about 3 different players. There's a lot of talent out there in the Valorant scene right now. It's really promising to see a lot of young players, a lot of unknown players.
I think the best thing to say is cautiously optimistic. We had a really hard decision to make between Nature and the other guy that we had been playing with in all reality, and we just kind of pulled the trigger on it because we felt like in the long term it would benefit us more, and through scrim results at least so far it's definitely promising.
He brings new ideas to practice. He kind of keeps the team directed every day, and it's been a huge difference for us, kind of like just culturally. And then also his attitude. I think he came in and he was immediately like the most upbeat person on the team. I think some of his teammates were even concerned he was maybe a little too upbeat for the environment, but it's been like a huge positive for the team.
I think Nature brings in a big positive energy. He brings a lot of excitement. We're having a lot more fun. We are more involved with the game, I'd say.
It's definitely the best we've looked in a very long time, in scrims at least. Obviously matches is a different thing. We're having fun and enjoying ourselves, which I think Nature brings that environment.
He made it so our agent pool was able to be a lot more diverse than it was before. Yeah, other than that, I mean, he's just a good player, and he is currently IGLing for us, so he's really doing a lot.
We've been looking pretty solid. I'm really itching to compete, honestly. If there's ever like a smaller tourney that we can play in, I think we're definitely willing to like show some things off. I just want to compete again.
We've been practicing a lot. Obviously, we moved Danny, which was big in a lot of ways. He's been like a close friend to me for years and my teammate for a long ass time. So it was definitely very weird to move away from him.
I was like really excited because like I know all the players from Gen.G, like the starting team with FEs and all of them. And they were all like super nice to me, so I was like super down to come and try out over here.
At first, I was not sure how things were gonna go, but then we started doing tryouts, and we had a lot of time to test out new comps, come up with new strategies, and I think things are looking pretty fresh and good.
After the first day, I could just tell, like based off how I was playing with all the guys, I was not gonna fail this tryout. Like, I was 100% going to go with these guys because it was an absolute blast, like all day. And that's kind of just how it's been since.
We actually just announced our 5 girls for our roster. We're actually running a 6-man roster overall.
Really our focus is how can we actually learn from a lot of the work that we did in the Fortnite scene? How can we then apply it to actually create a more sustainable talent development scene that can help actually develop more women long term and build the next generation of talent.
We then started to move forward with Carly and Hannah to see where things could go. Tyree, I already had a good feeling about her when I first met her, so I wanted to bring her on and trial her and see if she was comfortable with coming with us too. Eventually with that, with those three, we moved forward. We ended up finding Lily and Stephanie, and it's just kind of been a core group from there. They've meshed well together, they're improving together, and they're just moving forward, and they want to compete at the highest level that they possibly can.
Hannah's already on site, tries to find anything. Tire's going to completely close down Panini here, but Diana's already taken down Carly on site, gets traded out by Hannah. Hannah goes for the defuse already, going to find half for sure. Tire's going to find Laurie, and now it's all but over. That is it. Gen.G Bumble take the second map of the series.
Hi, I'm Carly. I play Raze and Breach for Gen.G.
Hi, I'm Hannah. In game, I go by Gen.G Hannah. I'm 19. I was born and raised in LA, and I play Sentinel.
Hello, my name is Tyre. I am the IGL of Team Bumble Valorant. I am the controller of the team. I play mainly Astra and Viper.
My name is Stephanie. In game, I go by Stephanie Sir. My role is mainly just initiator, so just Sova actually. Yeah.
My name's Lily. I also go by Lily in game, and I'm currently the entry/duelist for Gen.G Team Bumble.
My immediate goal for the team is to provide them with the resources they can to continue and prosper and improve. We're in search of a coach right now, and I'm actively searching for that. I want to try out coaches. I want to get them out there so that my girls can have the appropriate leadership they need to succeed and compete along these other teams like TSM and CLG and even Moon Raccoons or Built Butter, whatever they're going by right now. So, you know, resources are the start of everything. We need to get them those resources in order to continue on. And then after that, it's just competing at the top level that we can and improving as much as you can to become that top team.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
I'm getting impatient.
We know like a lot of teams have like a lot of CS experience like competitively, but we're still trying to figure out what a good IGL sounds like, or like what we're making up our own strats. We're trying to learn the game on our own, and we feel like a coach will really help put all that together.
I think, especially for us, given that we have such new faces on the team, it's really important that integration happens offline, in person rather. And I think we haven't hit the level that we want yet, right? At the same time, it's not an excuse because other teams face the same problems that we do. But when it comes to us and how much we need it, absolutely.
I don't know about sports since they have they don't scrim the same way. Like, you know, in traditional sports, it's not full contact and you have to worry about injuries and stuff. So you may not see it as often. But in esports, it's fairly common to have teams that are they'll call them scrimmers, or teams that are fantastic in scrims. But when the pressure gets turned up and something's actually on the line, like you get knocked out, then you'll see players who do regress or teams who regress. I think the biggest way you combat that is you keep the environment the same between scrims and matches.
In this game, it's hard to control everything. This game is a bit RNG sometimes, but what you can control, then you should control. That's the wise, or the things that you can do by yourself, that the game doesn't change anything for you. So just being consistent as far as mood goes, vibes, and I think if we can control that and have fun in matches, I don't see why we wouldn't do the same.
No matter if I'm 0 and 30, I try to stay on Gee's level of energy, you know? The one thing that stays constant is I get us to the dub, and I think that's really important, and a lot of teams shut down in that aspect. That's why I don't care what I play. You know, I get to shoot my gun. Sometimes, I failed to do that. That happens with everybody. But what stays constant needs to stay constant, and I try to bring that as best as I can.
Our team actually sounds like a team again, that everybody is contributing. They're all laughing, they're having fun most of the time, so that's nice to see. And then I just think, we got incredibly fortunate to be able to play with them, and then hopefully we'll be able to, like I said, carry the success over, because I think that's the biggest question mark right now.
A lot of what I'm doing with our female team is new, and we're learning along the way, because an up-and-coming team is not the same as an established team. There's going to be a lot of differences in between the two, that what might work for them won't necessarily work for us. So a lot of it is just me working alongside with the girls and figuring out what works best for them and what will work best overall for Gen.G as well.
I think, having the new players join is
been really exciting. I really loved seeing them, get signed. They were really excited. I remember it like brought me back to whenever I first got signed.
I put out an LFD post in one of the Valorant's channels, and she saw me there, and she reached out to me and asked if I was interested in trialing for Gen.G female team.
She actually DM'd me on Twitter for the first trial that we had, and that was for about a month, and I had a really good experience with her. She's so sweet.
And I was like, oh my god, this is happening? Like, how did you even find me? I'm nobody. I don't know. But yeah.
She even was giving me constant reminders to help me do my homework too, so she's really kept me on top of things, both in-game and for schoolwork.
That was when it all started basically, and I was like, yes, of course. Of course. And I just started grinding so much. I was so excited. I was like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I'm really enjoying working with her. She's a great manager.
My relationship with Nikki is
Nikki has been amazing, just not as like a, manager, but like as a friend.
We're kind of the same people when it comes to personality wise. Like, we are very love and hate with her, like, but we both have the same humor, which is great. Like, humor for me is like, it's like the opening for me.
When I'm having a bad day or whatever, she's always there to, make it better or try to make it better.
I feel like if I can like joke around with you and stuff like that, then like we're gonna be really great friends. And Nikki is someone that can just dish that stuff like right back out. And like she's kind of hardcore, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm really thankful for her. She, helps me with anything that I need. If I ever have a problem with anything, I'm not scared to be, open and honest with her.
She's helped me a lot when it comes to getting out of my shell with just sharing more of myself, whether or not I wanted it to be. I'm glad that it did happen, because at some point you have to, and she's helped me with like opening arms. So I appreciate that, not just on a manager level, but I can actually call her a really good friend of mine.
Everyone's all over the place, and I just want to see them all in the same area, playing together, finally get to actually see each other, because while over the computer, and in cam is great, it's so much different when you're actually in the room with them. And I want to take them to CHQ because it's amazing in here, and have them try things that they haven't tried that are here, and take them just anywhere they want to go. I just want to see them in the room together, playing and enjoying themselves, because this is such a great opportunity, and it's such a shame that they can't experience it as much as they'd like to because of the pandemic and because of how new Valorant is. So that's what I'm super excited about for them.
I'm pretty excited to see G, see how he interacts with everyone. He's goofy, but he kind of gets a smile on everyone's face. I think it'll be big for everyone to bond. Naturally, video games is super online. You don't always have a ton of interaction with your teammates and stuff, and it's been even worse during the pandemic, right? No LANs, nothing. So I think it'll be big. It really helps kind of establish a better culture and team environment.
I'm pretty nervous about the boot camp, just because the hardest part for me will be the traveling. I've never been to an airport or anything.
I went out of my state one time for a field trip in middle school, and that is the only time I've been out of state. I was on a bus, okay?
The farthest I've gone from New York is Florida, and we drove down there.
Kind of hate traveling, but I'm a big boy and I'll get through it, I guess.
I think I'll enjoy it when I'm off the plane. Before the plane, I'm not going to enjoy it probably.
I've gotten a lot of tips, and I've looked into it about what's going to happen and stuff.
Just read the signs at the airport. Just read signs in general. Right? You'll know where you're going, and that's it.
It reminds me a lot of when I started in esports, because talking to Nature, obviously we're coming to LA, that he's can I have somebody fly with me? I've never flown before. I've never done this. And he's talking about how he's so excited to go out and, just try new restaurants and foods and stuff.
First thing Arnold told me was yeah, I'll take you out. It's going to be Korean barbecue though. I'm like, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed.
Excited to try a lot of food places. I'm going to try out boba. I heard it's great.
I'm excited to see everyone, meet everyone, because I've been on Gen.G for a year and I haven't seen a single soul ever. So like I'm excited for that, and just the whole team. They were, like as I said, we're very trolly, and I think in person it was just a fun time for sure.
I'm excited to get everyone here, get some bonding done, and then get to work.
Teams are going to be surprised when we start playing tournaments, because I think we're going to be a lot more ready, and I think we're going to have a bigger impact on the scene now.
It's amazing to think how quickly the world is changing in the right way, right? And for me, you know, of course, it's important that we are careful and we practice safe practices, but at the same time, you know, I am genuinely excited by the opportunity, and I hope that the team, when they come together, that I think we're going to definitely show a new form that nobody's ever seen before.